Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be giving you guys the life update that I have been dreading. It's a book that I have been dreading to do just because it's so recent. I have myself together mentally, not really emotionally, so I might cry a little bit, maybe. I don't know yet. I'm going to try not to. Just kind of telling you guys the life update that has been going on in my life because it has been very crazy. So let's get started. Let's go back to August. On August 17th, my baby sister had a very bad car accident. It was one of the scariest moments of my life, I'm not gonna lie, out of everything that's happened to me. As in, like, getting in a car accident when I was pregnant with Ozias, or Brennan getting in a car accident on the way to work, and just overall other little stuff that has happened in my life. This has been the scariest one because we experienced it firsthand, and it was just horrible, and it was the worst thing to experience, and seeing your youngest sibling be in that condition. We were headed back from Pismo Beach, and we were taking the back road, and it was late, and we had no service. And when we got service, I was gonna call my sister and ask her if she was okay to drive. Still, you know, if she was tired, because I would have switched with her because we took two cars. And I was, stop, baby. So, like I was saying, I was just barely late to call my sister when we had got signal, and Brennan had looked in his rearview mirror and saw my sister swerving and getting off the road and disappearing, and started yelling at me that baby sister had crashed. And I was like, "You're lying," and I just couldn't believe it. And he swerved and turned around, and we couldn't find her. It felt like minutes, but it was like seconds. And we found her. Brennan got off, flashed his lights, went to her, you know, and I was with those eyes, and I was pregnant, and no one knew except for me and Brennan, and it was the most horrible thing. So everything started happening. They had to fly her through a helicopter, and because we were in the middle of nowhere and we were still an hour away from home, so they ended up flying her because she had back injury. She had a back injury, and she couldn't move her neck. She had a gash in her face, so there was blood everywhere. And I think that's what scared me the most, was that I saw blood and I didn't know where it was coming from. So that was very scary, not something that you would expect to see happen. And there's other little more details that go along with it too, but it's just, I don't want to think about it and relive it, because every time I do, I just hate feeling that feeling that I did when my sister was in a car accident, and I didn't know anything because I wasn't able to be close to her, because Brennan had to jump a barbed wire and go into bushes and like a ditch to go be with her and make sure she was okay, and she was having trouble breathing. And if you guys don't know, Brennan went to school be a respiratory therapist, so he knows signs and he knows how people look. So imagine that happening, and how are you supposed to tell everybody that you're pregnant? And I wasn't worried about myself, I was worried about my sister and making sure that she was going to be okay. So then fast forward 6 days later, so it wasn't even a week, August 23rd, Brennan's mom's banging on our door calling for Brennan, and Brennan gets up really quick and is like, "What's going on?" He goes out there. I couldn't hear anything because I was in the room. His mom's talking to him, and I hear crying, and I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?" So Brennan comes back, and Brennan is like hysterical, like crying, and he just like falls into my arms, and I'm just like, "Dude, like, what's going on?" And at first I thought I couldn't understand his words all the way, and I thought he was saying that his oldest brother had gotten into a car accident driving a semi, and I was like, "What?" But then I was like, I grabbed his head, and I was like, "I need you to tell me what's going on, like, you're scaring me." And then that's when he told me that his nephew had passed away. So that's when he tells me that he's dead. And I was like, what? I was like, what do you mean? Right after he tells me that, I just grab him and then we just start crying. And I was just like, what in the world is going on? Like, we're barely dealing with my sister's situation, and that was scary as hell. And then not even a week later, we're losing someone like that. It wasn't making sense in my head. And I think that's why I was crying so like bad, was because I couldn't understand why this was happening to us. It was really hard. And I was talking to Brennan, and I was telling him, like, we just saw him yesterday. Like, this doesn't make any sense. So yeah, that's another reason why I was crying, because we had just seen him less than 24 hours ago and he was perfectly fine, laughing, eating cookies with us. We were just very confused. Like, we couldn't understand, we couldn't grasp what was going on, because we had just seen him and he's just gone. So that was very hard. And he was young, so it's just a lot. So we did his services, and I want to say, but we're also dealing with everything that had just happened in September, you know, and it wasn't a good time to just bring up me being pregnant. And I just felt like it wasn't fair. It wasn't fair for his sister to hear that we're having a baby when she just lost her baby. Like, we just felt like it wasn't fair, and it was just very hard for everyone.
Mom.
So then the first week of October, my dad then tells us that my grandma is dying, which is his mom. And I was like, what the, like, what is really going on? Like, why can't we just catch a break? Why can't we just breathe for a second? So my mom had to fly my dad out same day, because they told us that she wasn't gonna make it through the night, and my dad is gone for 2 weeks. And yeah, there was just all this stuff going on. Okay, take your pants off and your socks. So all this stuff is just going on, and it was never a good time just to tell everybody, like, hey, surprise, we're gonna have another baby, because I just felt it was unfair. Thank God that my grandma fought through, and she is doing a little better. She is gonna need a couple stuff, and they did find that she has an enlarged heart, and then she has diabetes and so on, and stuff with her lungs. So she's going through a lot. That is the life update of everything that has been happening, and why it took us so long to just share with our family that we were expecting a baby. And just overall, that is my life update of how crazy it's been these last couple of months. And it's been very hard to just catch some air and be able to breathe and be okay. And now that everybody is okay and we are taking it day by day, I am able to enjoy my pregnancy. That is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give this video a fat thumbs up, subscribe down below, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye.